Are you an aspiring entrepreneur? Do you want to learn how to start and grow your own business? Are you looking for ways to build and market your brand? Idol Sa Negosyo is the business platform for you. Tune in and turn on at Idol Sa Negosyo every Tuesdays, 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. Hosted by business leader attorney Arnel Mateo. Learn from our featured business experts. Achieve business and professional growth and be a socially responsible business owner. Grow with us here at Idol Sa Negosyo.
Live on Facebook and YouTube. This is Idol Sa Negosyo.
Magandang araw mga kanegosyo. Ngayon ay April 8, 2025 at nandito tayo ngayon sa ating lingguhang pagkakataon na makinig at matuto mula sa mga eksperto sa mundo ng negosyo. Ito ang Idol Sa Negosyo, providing inspiration, building trust, advocating for sustainable development. This is a public service advisory program that is meant to inspire aspiring entrepreneurs to recognize the worthiness of every work, profession, and vocation, and to help in the development of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Welcome to the second season of Idol Sa Negosyo. Ako po si Atty. Arnel Mateo, the President of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Quezon City, the voice of business in QC. At narito tayo sa isang kaabang-abang na episode ng Idol Sa Negosyo. Tayo ay mapapanood sa Idol Sa Negosyo Facebook page and YouTube. So kung kayo ay may mga tanong o komento sa programa ngayong hapon, mag-iwan lamang po kayo ng komento sa ating Facebook page sa Idol Sa Negosyo. Please like, share, and subscribe. At ngayon mga kaibigan, tayo ay merong espesyal na bisita. Isa siyang entrepreneur na nagtatagumpay sa kanyang piniling industriya, sa clothing industry. Makakasama natin ngayon walang iba, kundi ang co-owner ng ATTY by Tatah and the Ms.Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2025, Charyzah Esparrago.
Hello.
Hi Charyzah. Magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon din.
Yan, thank you for giving us the time this afternoon to share your story with us. Yes, so no Ms. Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2025. Pag-usapan natin 'yan mamaya.
Sige.
Syempre bago ka naging Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines, gusto nating malaman ano ba yung mga background mo, no? So and of course bago ka napunta sa negosyo. And I read na you're a graduate of UP?
Yes.
Yes. So what did you finish in UP?
I have a bachelor's of arts and communication research.
Yeah, no. And pero before that you were in the US.
Yeah, I grew up in Chicago, Illinois. I stayed there for my elementary, my middle school, my high school, and then I moved to the Philippines for college.
And nung ikaw ay nag-aaral, iniisip mo ba na later on magiging businesswoman ako and at the same time magiging beauty queen?
Yes. Well, the beauty queen part actually came after, which is crazy kasi usually yung mga bata, ang pangarap nila maging artista, maging
Yes.
beauty queen. Ako, I really wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
So
Right.
my first gift galing sa magulang ko was a cute pink na briefcase. Tas doon ko
Parang legally blonde yan.
Oo, parang legally blonde. Tapos doon ko nilalagay yung mga crayon ko. So kapag nasa church kami, nalagay ko, sabi ko, tingnan mong briefcase ko. Ganun. So, pero when I went into high school, I found my love for like math and economics. And so that was my first major when I went to UP. It was business economics. And then, though I really still love economics, I saw that there was a skill that was being untapped, which was my communication skills. So I moved to something that was still utilizing the communication skills, and but with that focus pa rin in business. So communication research ang ending ng
Yeah, that's nice, no?
path ko.
Kasi parang both these are very important kapag ikaw nagnenegosyo, yung communication skills and at the same time yung knowledge mo in business and
Yes.
economics. And sa family niyo ba, is there anyone na into business?
Yeah, there are a lot of business people in my family. And also my my lola's brother was like, he was an economics major talaga, like that was his focus. And then he moved on to be a professor in economics at UP. So business really ran in our blood stream. But then I also have there are only two paths really in our family. Either you start a business or you go into medicine.
Okay.
So I feel like I was leaning towards business kasi medyo mahihimatay ako kapag may dugo.
Yeah. Then when you finish your college, immediately na papasok ka na ng business.
Actually, I was already in the business before college, even before high school. Like high school, my role was not so big in ATTY by Tatah. It was more so like I was the one that my aunt would bounce ideas off of because I was the one that really loved fashion. For reference, my aunt she's the founder of ATTY by Tatah. And when she went to study in New York and in London, I was like the one in New York that was like really supporting her, so excited to see it grow. I would like make our first website ever, which was not very good because it was made by a 13-year-old.
Ikaw yun.
It was me. But yeah.
So 13 years old ka when you started.
Yes.
And yung first exposure mo in business is through Ate by Tata.
Yes, pero I think even my teachers got annoyed when I was younger because I tried to make everything into a business. Like, binibenta ko yung mga bookmark, gumagawa ko ng mga drawings,
Sa
tapos
school?
binibenta ko.
Okay.
Oo, tapos, meron din ako isang venture na yung mga lead sa pencil, kinukuha ko, tapos ginaglue ko together.
Okay.
Tapos, binibenta ko refills para sa mga classmates ko. Like, 7 years old, ganun. So, palagi ako pinapagalitan ng mga teacher kasi hindi daw pwede. Pero ayun, kahit
So,
paano.
what's running in your mind? Bakit mo ginagawa yun nung bata ka pa?
When I was in first grade, one of my teachers told me that her daughter started saving when she was 10 years old. And now that she's 30, she was able to buy her own house. So in my mind, my first goal talaga was just to have a savings account. So
Okay.
kahit wala talaga akong bank na savings account of my own because I was only, at this time, first grade, 7 years old. I had a piggy bank that I strictly monitored. So I was very money conscious from a young age.
Oh, that's nice, no? Ibig sabihin, bata ka pa lang, nandun na yung discipline mo.
Yes,
No?
yes.
Discipline to earn.
Yeah.
And of course, meron ka ng vision na meron kang gustong mangyari sa pera mo later on.
Yes.
Yan. And when you graduated or actually parang even before you graduated, no, na pumasok ka sa hosting and modeling. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, everything, my goal talaga was just to have that savings account. So by the time 18 years old, I diversified my skills basically.
Okay.
So I knew that I had speaking ability. I was recruited into modeling when I first moved to the Philippines. And so I tried to utilize both of those as well as working part-time sa shop namin.
Okay.
So basically, like, I would go to school, tapos diretso to the shop or diretso to a gig. It was, parang ever since.
Pero were you not distracted na parang syempre nung na-expose ka into modeling tapos sa mga hosting activities, were you not distracted na parang ito naman yung mas gusto ko? Parang I can leave business, dito muna ako. Ganyan.
No naman. I think it's fortunate that the business I'm in is clothing. So it's still aligned with what I was doing. Like for hosting, di na ako nag-rent ng damit or bumibili ng bagong damit. Gumagawa na lang ako ng sarili kong damit. Same thing with modeling. I got to meet people that would spark my creativity. So parang all I found was that it's really important in life to find things that align with your overall goals. Kasi I never felt bored, for example. I never felt stagnant. And I always had so many opportunities to learn more from the people around me.
Pero saan nanggaling yung love mo for for fashion and clothing?
Ayun, ever since. That's the one I think I've had since I was born because my mom is a very stylish woman.
Okay.
My aunts are all very stylish. I have 6 aunts.
Oh.
So I had a lot of female influence
Okay.
growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad also even told me, he said na, your first impression lasts.
Yeah.
So, dapat maganda yung damit mo, maganda yung appearance mo. And dahil doon, like, it was in my mind innately na, sige, so dapat maganda palang damit ko. Sige, ganitong gusto ko. Itong gusto ko suotin.
Okay.
Oo, medyo nag-veer ako slight. Pero na-maintain naman yung message niya.
Pero how about the adjustment? Kasi from US you transferred to the Philippines. Parehas ba? Like yung kasi minsan 'di ba yung pag nagbago ka ng location, minsan it affects your ambition, your dreams, 'di ba? So, meron bang naging changes or in a way parang may pagkakataon ba na parang hindi pala ito kailangan sa Philippines or ano?
Oh yeah, super. Like, I think sa States, very competitive talaga yung everything. Academically, in terms of business, lahat, careers, competitive talaga sila. So, ang feeling ko talaga nung bata ako, kapag ito na yung path, ito lang yung path mo. Wala ka dapat you can't veer away kasi wala kang time. Mawawala ka ng skills, mawawala ka ng competitive edge kung sa mga applicants, halimbawa sa trabaho. So I was like, okay, ito lang talagang kailangan gawin ko. So when I moved here, tapos I was with my aunt who she went through a career shift in her late 30s. That's when I realized na, okay, it's okay to explore. It's okay to try new things. Tapos I think here talaga, one thing I noticed is that the Filipino person, like Filipinos, are so diversified. Like, ang dami nilang interest.
Yes.
Like, I had a friend who's very good at business but also wonderful at drawing. May isa akong friend na ang galing kumanta tapos ang galing din sa math. So, naging engineer siya pero nagsising siya sa open mic every weekend. Yung mga ganun. So, sabi ko, pwede pala gawin yung mga ibang bagay na gusto ko. So, I gave myself room to try new hobbies.
So pagdating sa Philippines parang mas in-expand mo
Yes.
no yung boundaries mo na hindi lang ito yung pwede kong gawin, marami pang iba.
Yes, very true.
Pero without necessarily distracting yourself and forgetting na gusto mo mag-business.
Yes.
Yeah, yan. And you speak 4 languages.
Yes, I do. I do.
English, Tagalog.
English, Tagalog. Watashi wa Nihon o hanashimashite. And wozo zongwen.
Yeah, okay. So in business, that's also very important.
It is. It is. I think that's, yeah.
And yung ate by Tatah, 'di ba? Tatah is your aunt.
Yes.
And nakwento mo kanina parang there's a story kung paano niya naitayo itong ate by Tatah. Ano bang career niya before?
Oh, she was in marketing. She was working for a big corporation, and it was, I think, mid-30s niya. She's gonna be so happy. What if it's later? But it feels like mid-30s, or it looked like mid-30s niya yun. Mid-30s niya, she wanted to try something new talaga. And so she's always had that kind of passion for fashion design. Pero early on in her life, she was told, like, you have to be practical with your career approach. So she took business. And then after working in marketing for so long, she got a grasp on how, like, the consumer conscience is, like how the customer thinks, right? And then sabi niya, okay, alam ko na yun. Tapos meron na din akong network. Ito na yun kulang sa akin is the skill of fashion design. She didn't even know how to sew, how to read a pattern, nothing. She didn't know any of that.
But she loves fashion.
She loves fashion. Like, I think that's the thing talaga in our family. We love clothing a lot. So she went on YouTube first. Just those free YouTube tutorials, how to sew a pair of pants. That's one of our most popular and OG items are palazzo pants. And then how to sew a simple shift dress. So that's one of our first items as well. So then she got tela, and then it was in her living room. That was the first Our first branch
Oo.
was her living
Ano
room.
to, sa US or in Manila?
Sa Cebu.
Sa Cebu.
Mhm.
Okay. And nasaan ka na nun, nung time na yan?
I was still in Chicago. So when my
Okay.
aunt flew to the US to
Mhm.
study, this was around, I think, year 2 of the business. That's where I was able to really, kasi before my, yung ambag ko lang was, they would send me the clothes and I would wear it. And I just tell my friends, yeah, this is made by my aunt. Ganun, parang
Okay.
word of mouth marketing.
Okay.
Pero yun lang ang ambag ko noon. And then,
Mhm.
when she moved, that was when I really felt like, I am so invested in this.
Mhm.
Kasi I got to see her grow and she would teach me everything that she was learning, which made me so honored.
So parang ano siya, no? Inaral niya.
Yes.
Inaral niya yung dahil fashion to, kailangan matuto ko magtahi.
Yes,
How about
yes.
you?
Yes, and I learned the same time she did. Because when she went to the US, I was around 14, 15 na. And my dad worked, he worked as a dialysis technician. One of his patients gifted him her super, super old, like super ancient na sewing machine. Na as in may sarili siyang table pa, yung ganun. So that was what I first tried sewing on.
Yeah. So ikaw, personally, paano mo hinanda yung sarili mo na later on, papasok ako full-time dito sa Ate by Tata?
Well, it was my aunt really who gave me that stepping stone. So like all of the Go Negosyo from I would go to the DTI Go Negosyo seminars that she would have.
Nice.
And also like anything na she would learn, I would be there next to her also taking notes. So parang I was shadowing her the whole time. And then I would also shadow her while she was working. And that's when I saw like, okay, ganito pala yung pag-iisip. That's what I needed to master the most.
Yes, kasi iba yung mindset ng business owner.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
And of course, ikaw naranasan mo maging employee, di ba? Kasi parang yung pag-hosting mo, your pag-modeling, you're under an employer, di ba? And also naging news reporter ka rin, di ba?
Yes, yeah.
So ano yung difference, di ba, nung nasa employment ka and nung nasa business ka na?
Well, I think the biggest talaga is when you're an employee, it's your job to execute the vision of the company or the brand. So you're following like their brand guidelines, you're following their vision. But then when you yourself are the business owner, it's up to you to not only create the vision, but to create measurable ways that it can be executed.
Yes.
So yeah.
And that's very important sa isang business. Yung meron kang magandang vision. Kasi if you don't have that, definitely walang pupuntahan yung negosyo mo.
Yeah.
And ikaw, ano yung naging vision mo for yourself sa Ate by Tata?
Oh, for Ate by Tata, I knew the second my aunt and I were in Cebu together, this was 2018 na, that it was gonna stand out always because it's all about body neutrality and clothing. Kasi sa damit natin, minsan kailangan parang i-adjust natin yung katawan natin. Yes. Just wait, para pasok ako sa dress na to. For us, what we do, we have alteration services on the spot. So,
On the spot.
yeah, so ate, aside from being like your big sister, whose closet you'll go through, whose guidance you'll listen to, it's also alter to enhance. So that's the
Okay.
name. And it's to make sure that we get your silhouette. That's one of the things talaga I learned very intensively. It was how to find the right silhouette in a dress or a shirt. Or, okay, kasi minsan, for example, oh, the sleeve, it doesn't look good on me. I need a bigger size. It turns out you just have to make it shorter. Like simple things like that.
Yung Ate by Tata is for women's?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
it's unisex. We also have like men's
Okay.
clothing.
Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi ako, problema ko yan minsan. Pagdating sa
sige.
coat, parang fit naman siya, pero pagdating dito, ang haba.
Diba? Oo, sakto. Yes, exactly. That's what we do. Like, for example, for me, my problem is the pants palaging bitin.
Okay,
Kasi medyo
yes.
matangkad ako eh. So, ayun, palagi na inaayos.
So, kapag meron silang bibilhin sa inyo na item, ano yan, within the day, pwede nila makuha?
It's actually so fun kasi yung lahat ng, all the people on the floor, we call them style consultants. And they're trained as such. So, they consult. And so, like, when you go on the floor, talaga, you have to wear the outfit na bibilhin mo.
Okay.
Tapos sila, titignan ka nila sa salamin, ay ma'am, baka hindi to bagay sa inyo. Or sir, hindi bagay tong kulay sa inyo. Sila na may alam. Tapos sasabihin nila, pero up to you kung anong comfortable sa inyo.
Okay.
Baka itong gagawin natin. Tapos within 15 to 30 minutes, meron ka ng the piece that you
Oh,
wanted.
that's nice, no? Kamusta yung pricing?
Oh,
Kamusta yung pricing?
it's really affordable kasi we design the clothes, we make the clothes, we source the tela. It's even happening. You can see your clothes being made in front of you.
Oh, nice. Pero yung clothes na ginagawa, ito lahat to concept nyo, no? Yan. And pag nagpunta sila sa store, ayan nandiyan na yung mga damit, pipiliin na lang nila. And it's up to them kung gusto nilang ipabago.
Yes.
Okay, yan.
Yes.
And yan, nung na-expose ka na sa business, was there a time na inisip mo na parang mahirap pala ito? Mahirap pala ang negosyo?
Yes, yes. So many times, and I felt that especially during the pandemic because we had to size down 2 of our shops during the pandemic. Our shop in Manila used to be our biggest, and now it's kind of our showroom. So I'm working on that too. But whenever I felt that kind of doubt, yung supplement ko talaga was just learning more. So during the pandemic, I took extra courses online. I really specialized in marketing, accounting, because I never wanted to feel like I was lacking in my skills. And then, lo and behold, thank God, like when the pandemic ended, we were able to go back to where we were trying to go back to business as usual.
Yeah. Kasi nung pandemic is everything is closed.
Yes.
'Di ba? Especially clothing, 'di ba?
Yeah, there's no need.
Walang
for
direct
clothing.
contact bawal 'yun, 'di ba?
Yes.
And sa iyo, tinake mo yung ganung situation to learn.
Yes.
To learn and to understand business, to acquire new skills.
Yeah.
So that's very important. Na pag may problema tayo, hindi pwedeng tigil na rin.
Yes, exactly.
Ayan. And yung appetite mo for risk, paano mo yan madedescribe?
Oh, I would say I'm young. Young. I feel like there's just like I feel like the younger you are in a business, it feels like there's not as much to lose. So I have a really big appetite for risk, but that's why I'm very happy that with this business, it's not just me. I have my aunts. I have my relatives there as well. Kasi they're always the ones that either tell me like go na talaga or wait, you should think about it.
Napapagalitan ka ba ng tita mo?
Oh, no, actually. It's really funny kasi we kind of balance each other out kasi my aunt, she has a wonderful imagination. So she'll get really excited, she'll think big, and then if she thinks too big, that's me going, "Are you sure?" And then kung ako nagto-think too big, she goes, "Are you sure?" Like we're really partners. I
I
feel
see, I
yeah.
see. So hindi, parang walang sitwasyon na nangyari na parang nawala ka no? Na naligaw ka while doing your business. So talagang you're very focused.
Yes.
So sa ating mga nagnenegosyo, paano ba ma-maintain yan? Paano nila ma-maintain yung focus nila na kapag you're into business, alagaan mo yan at bantayan mo mabuti?
Oh, yes. I don't expect 100% all the time. Kahit even if things are at 50 or 25, you have to stay with it talaga. Kasi kung may down, may up naman. At dun mo makikita yung halaga ng consistency. Kasi if I stepped out at any point or given up at any point, I don't think our business would be where it is now. It's like your baby, you have to really raise it through the developmental years where everything's so exciting. Tapos the terrible twos na parang hala nagre-rebelde siya, ganun. Hindi mo ma-conform to what you want. And then you find in that sweet point the chance na okay, this is how it grows, this is how it develops, this is how it changes, and this is me being okay and riding that wave too.
And from 2014, di ba? Nag-start ang ATTY by Tatah. And now it's 2025. So 11 years na siya. And yung ATTY by Tatah, di ba? Pinangalan kay tita mo, kay Tatah. So was that the first name na immediate na naisip niyo?
Yeah, it was Ate. Actually, the Ate at first was like my cousin, her son, AJ, her name Tatah, and then her husband Edgar. So lang na naging Ate as well.
Okay.
It's really like this is her creation talaga.
Mm-mm.
Through and through. There would be no ate without Tatah.
Mm-mm.
And so like kahit paano, like no matter how the creative vision will ever change, it will always be ate by Tatah because it's really her at the heart of all of it.
Yeah. And nung nagsimula siya,
Mm-mm.
sinong kasama niya? Meron na ba siyang tao kaagad?
It was my uncle, my cousin.
So his family.
Yeah, it was family. And I think yun nga ang napansin ko with my family. It's like kung may venture ka, you're not alone. You always have like our entire family backing you up. So that's why I felt very involved with the business from the get-go. Kasi parang I never saw a different option. It's something my aunt is doing, it's something my blood is doing, therefore it's something I'm also doing.
Yeah.
Kahit sa negosyo ng isa ko pang aunt o yung negosyo ng lola ko, lahat kami as in like, I used to be the server sa restaurant ng lola ko, tapos my mom also used to be the server. Parang ganun. It's really all in the family.
Yeah. And very important yun, no, na sa family, you support one another. Na if someone is into business, everyone should understand and be supportive and give the right environment.
Yes.
And maswerte ka dahil gano'n, no? Gano'n yung na lahat talagang nakatutok doon sa Ate by Tatah.
Yes, it's so fun. Tapos if you see our campaigns, our models are my cousins, my aunts, my mom.
Yeah.
Ganun.
Pero was there a time na parang nagkaroon din ng conflict dahil syempre family, 'di ba? Na kung merong halimbawa may nagkatampuhan na apektuhan ng business, nangyari ba 'yan?
Hindi naman po. Like, I think there are like the normal quarrels of a family and the normal quarrels of business partners. Pero I know this isn't applicable to all businesses, but I think it's fortunate that it applies to us na at the end of the day talaga, my family, they love each other so much. So, whether it's a family quarrel or a business quarrel, naayos talaga siya. Kasi we each have one goal at the end of the day.
That's nice. Oo. And importante yung talagang alam ng bawat isa saan kayo papunta.
Yes.
And parang lahat kayo isang direksyon nyo.
Yes.
So sa lahat ng mga business owners, if you involve your family, make sure na iisa yung direksyon nyo. Na lahat kayo gusto maging successful, maging maayos yung business.
Yes.
Okay? So mamaya po sa pagbabalik ng Idol sa Negosyo, kilalanin pa po natin lalo ang serbisyo na pinoprovide ng Ate by Tatah. Huwag po kayong aalis.
Hi, I'm Vale. I'm currently an Operations Admin Officer at Grantex Corporation.
Hi, I'm Jan and I work finance.
Hi, I'm Jem. I'm a college teacher.
Hi, I'm Bruna. I'm currently a fashion designer and a freelance makeup artist.
I'm Charyzah. I'm a beauty queen and a tutor.
Hi, I'm Pearl and I'm the creative director of Pearl R&D Studio.
Whenever I'm looking around feeling overwhelmed, there are people there to help me and find things that suit my frame and my body type. If they don't have it on hand, they can obviously make something for me and I just have to come back and then it's there, what I wanted in the color and the size that I needed.
Even the stylists themselves or the designers, they are very approachable and they help you achieve your confidence, self-confidence.
They've got it all here. Yeah, it encompasses style and price. And the style consultants here are very friendly and warm, so you don't see or feel any judgments at all. So they can cater to whatever your needs are.
So convenient, hassle-free, and very affordable. And they can alter it for free according to your size and build.
The silhouettes are forgiving and wearing ate is like magic. You could hardly tell I have a 30-inch waist and a 40-inch hip.
It's not just exclusive to women. Anyone can literally wear ate.
Because it's really such a personalized experience.
I love shopping at Ate. It's very convenient and shopping doesn't feel like a chore.
Be a perfect one-stop shop to get the things you want made.
And I feel like the style consultants want to make sure that I am happy and confident in everything that I wear.
I should know, I used to be business development manager here at ATTY.
I should know, I used to be a style consultant and designer in Ate by Tatah.
I should know. I used to be a head designer at ATTY by Tatah.
I should know. I used to be an associate creative director of ATTY by Tatah.
I should know. I used to be a style consultant at ATTY by Tatah.
I should know. I'm a style consultant and the muse of ATTY by Tatah.
Okay, nagbabalik tayo dito sa Idol sa Negosyo kasama si Charyzah Esparrago, co-owner of ATTY by Tatah and ang ating Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2025. So ngayon, Charyzah, balik tayo sa ATTY by Tatah. So you mentioned earlier na it started in Cebu, and now how many branches ng ATTY by Tatah?
We are currently at 3, going on question mark.
Okay, yan. And saan yung mga locations natin ngayon?
In Cebu, we have ATTY by Tatah in Mabolo, so 16 Press Carino. We also have it in Robinson's Galleria. And then we have in Manila, ATTY by Tatah in Katipunan, Blue Ridge.
Yan. So yung mga nandito sa Metro Manila, Blue Ridge, Katipunan.
Yes.
Yan, okay. So dadaan ako dyan.
Yes, tapos mamaya Banapol.
Yan. Yeah. So yung mga services nyo, you have RTW clothing, on-the-spot alterations, and yung mga made-to-order pieces. When you say made-to-order pieces, parang punta mo na sila sa inyo papagawa.
Yes po. Tapos it's usually based off of our designs, pero we like to incorporate the customer into the process itself. So, even though it's like, for example, oh, I want this dress, sasabihin nila, pero I don't like how it fits here. So, oh, ma'am, pwede natin lagyan ng twirl, ng sleeves. Okay. Tapos pwede ba may isa din akong top na ganun? So, as in like, actually just recently, I had 2 clients come in. It was a mom and her daughters, or 3, a mom and her daughters. And she was like, I need a brand new wardrobe for my daughter for work. Sabi ko, sige, ano ba yung type niya? Ganon. She ended up leaving with like 12 items, RTW, 5 MTO. Kasi yun talaga yung gusto niya. Like, nakuha niya talaga yung like, ini-envision niya.
And ang ganda nung tagline nyo, no? Alter to enhance.
Yes.
And so, yung iba kasi after i-alter, hindi pa rin sila masaya.
Yes, exactly.
So sa ATTY by Tatah, what's the experience?
It's, oh my gosh, alam mo, like, all of our shops, this is like totally coincidental. We did not do this on purpose. Pero the windows are usually blocked by the clothes racks. So the men, when they come in, they say, oh my gosh, it's like a casino for clothes. My wife doesn't know what time it is. She's waiting for her alteration, and then she's looking for another dress, or she'll bring her friends. We like to make it feel like it's not just your shopping. You're really experiencing a part of girlhood, or even just, being a human, which is just enjoying creating something and enjoying having something of your own.
And parang yan yung how ATTY by Tatah differentiate itself from other brands. So parang dito, you make every clothing look good dun sa tao. Kasi honestly, hindi lahat ng damit na nabibili natin, ano na yan parang maganda sa paningin mo, pero pag sinuot mo na, hindi.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we try not to have mannequins either. Like, it's usually on the rack, tapos we want you to try it on. Kasi it's always gonna look different depending on the person wearing it. Right?
And kamusta yung mga customers? Was there a time na nahirapan kayo sa customer?
Oh, yes. And I think that's just part of being in a retail-based business, or even just anything with customer service. You never know what people are going through in their day-to-day life, or kung nasa-stress na siya sa damit niya, or ganun, diba?
So merong iba dyan mainit ang ulo.
So, ang break room namin, meron siyang very comfortable na couch. So, kung na-stress ka na talaga, dun ka for a minute, then you're back. Kasi, though, people can sometimes lose their temper, which is totally normal, right? It's still the job of the retail personnel to deliver that experience kahit paano. So I feel like this has also helped me in my personal relationships, the art of switching the talk. So, ay, masikip to, hindi ko siya bet. Sige, so, baka we should get a different size so you feel more confident, kaganon. Or, ay, hindi ko to gusto. Alam mo, tama ba tong tahi mo? May gaganon Tapos bata pa ako nung starting ko, sasabihin niya talaga, may alam ka ba dito? Gaganon ako ng mga customer before. Tapos ang sabi ko, yes, pero tell me what you want to see na lang. So you always bring it back to them because it's their experience.
Pero was there a time na parang naiyak ka na sa isang
Oh my
customer?
gosh, yes. And I think I've also worked kasi before in Chicago as a tutor. I've worked in fast food. I've tried every job na talaga. And I've always had that experience na someone really yells and loses their temper. Tapos, when that happened, I really took myself out of the situation. I was like, okay, at the end of the day, this is one person, this is one interaction, this is probably 20 minutes of your life,
Yes.
So let's stick on it. Let's feel sad for maybe a few seconds. Then let's go back kasi 20 minutes, there's so much more waiting. The next customer could be like, she could be really looking for her dream wedding dress, Or the next customer could have a kid and she's finding a dress for her kid. Parang ganun. So I was like, hindi ko gusto na masira yung experience nila dahil I'm so stuck in my head.
Pero how do you switch yourself? Kasi 20 minutes, short time lang yun, ha?
But it feels
Kasi,
like forever.
kasi may mga situation kasi na, di ba, pag may pinagdadaanan tayo, minsan buong araw mo yan dala, eh.
Yes.
Di ba? So, ikaw, paano mo ginagawa yun na sa next customer, balikas dun sa normal, ano mo?
Well, for me, one, it's good that we have such wonderful people around us. Like our staff is amazing. Every single style consultant, they really, for example, I call them my ates talaga because they're really like my older sisters. You can always talk to them. You don't have to keep it internal. And then another one is we always have snacks behind the counter.
Okay.
So, kung na-stress ka, sige, Papa Cookie. My aunt also
So,
the other end.
napapamper kayo?
It's really the environment talaga of ate. It's so different. I've worked so many retail jobs, and this is the one where I felt seen as an employee. And then when I started like really owning my own shop, it was okay, I know that was really bad. I'll take over na lang. Ako na lang sa customer na to kasi medyo sanay na ako sa ganyan na temper.
Okay. And meron pa akong nabasa dun sa materials na binigay nyo, no? One blouse, many ways to wear it. So, ibig sabihin, pag may binili silang isang damit, pwedeng pa iba-ibang style?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's like one of that's really, I think, something my aunt instilled into me, that mindset of it's not just one top. Like, for example, the top I'm wearing right now, pwede ganito, pwede mo siya i-flip, pwede mo i-gawing tube top, pwede mo siya ganon. Kasi, I mean, nowadays especially, fast fashion is making people believe na you buy one item, wear it once,
Yes.
never wear it again, di ba? Para sa amin, one, we're really promoting slow consumption of clothing. So, it's very intentional what you buy. So when you buy, for example, a really popular gem cape top, it's like a tube top na may malaking tela. So pwede mo siyang hanging lang, pwede mo gawing off-shoulder, one shoulder, two shoulder, ballet top, parang ganun.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fun to see them explore.
Marami ng marami akong napapanood niyan sa sa YouTube. And sa Philippines, hindi ko alam kung saan ba meron mga ganyan. So it's nice to know na meron yan sa ATTY by Tatah.
Yes, it's in the Philippines.
And ang experience sa isang customer, yung parang nag-enjoy siya kasi creatively nagagawa niya ng ibang style.
Yes.
Yung damit na may bibili nila sa inyo.
Yes. And honestly, like, going back, when you said like, have there ever been times where a customer gave you a hard time? Though there have been so many more times where a customer has given me a wonderful experience. Actually, more times than not. I have wonderful customers that they really feel like my aunts na, or they feel like my friends. Like the way we talk with each other, parang I'm shopping with my mom. And seeing them, they even will come up to me, like we'll have conventions or we'll have events, or baka they'll come back to the store and they'll go, "Cha, alam mo, itong ginawa ko, itong sinuot ko, o pwede mo naman ganito, diba?" Like, I was like, yeah, whatever you want. Maisa nga yung skirt, ginawa niyang dress. Sabi ko, go! Kasi it's fashion, it's supposed to be fun.
So parang your relationship with your customers is like they're like your family and your friends.
Definitely. And big shout out talaga to our clients that have been there since we were in a living room, like they've been there since the beginning, and they still go to us for their weddings, their baptisms, like big events, graduations. We really have seen, like for example, I met one of my best friends. She was my client, and we talked for like 5 minutes. Tapos we became best friends ever since. Parang ganun. I think one thing that also sets Ate apart is that the clothes create a community.
And itong Ate by Tata, di ba you had 2 branches na in Cebu?
Yes.
And itong nasa Katipunan is ito na yung sa'yo.
Yeah.
Di ba? So, what made you decide na lalabas ka ng Cebu?
Honestly, I didn't want to. So like, medyo like, kinakasapan ko pa yung parents ko. I was like, can I please just study in Cebu na lang? Where I got into UP.
Okay.
That was, I actually only applied to one school. So it was either UP or then another school sa States, which I also got into. But I was already in the Philippines. So it was either UP talaga or nothing for my education. So my mom was like, no, you have to go to Manila. Tapos, my dad, pangarap daw niya na may anak na graduate from UP. So sabi niya, please go. And so I was like, sige. So I went, and I think that might have been my lowest period because I loved Cebu so much. I had no homesickness for Chicago. I didn't have a transition phase. I just went in, loved Cebu. And then when I went to Manila, wala akong kilala. I lived alone. I was like, tas may negosyo pa.
That was, anong year yun?
That was 2018.
2018.
2019, yeah. Start ng first sem ko
Okay.
in UP. So parang, yeah, but that also didn't take so long for me to adjust because, like I said, my ates from the store, they actually, 3 of them moved to Manila, stayed in Manila temporarily, even stayed in the same place as me, to help me learn the ropes, but also to help me really adjust.
And nung nag-aaral ka, at which point in time nag-decide ka na itatayo ko na rin yung Ate by Tata dito sa Katipunan?
Actually, it was before I started studying. Ate by Tata started. So it was immediate. But the thing was, we didn't know we were gonna put it. So Katipunan siya kasi nasa Katipunan din ako nag-aaral.
Okay.
So nagtatrike ako or nag-aangkas after class to the shop, diretso.
Okay, so pinagsabay mo
Yes.
yung pag-aaral and pagtatayo ng business and at the same time, pagra-run.
Yeah.
So how did you balance your time as a student and as a business owner?
Oh, it was, I understood that there were sacrifices that had to be made. And one of the biggest one was having a social life. I struggled with having friends. A lot of my classmates in school would tell me na, hindi ka naman namin nakikita kasi diretso ka sa trabaho, walang chance hey, pwede ka sumali sa org, pwede mo So it wasn't, so yung first year ko talaga, it was dedicated to the shop. And then also, still, once again, very lucky that I had my family there. Kasi my aunt, my mom, they would step in, they would watch the shop too. They were very involved in the process.
Pero ikaw, what made you decide na dalhin yung Ate by Tata dito sa QC?
Yeah. Well, I love Cebu so much, but I know, like, really logistically, Manila is the hub. It's really the center for a lot of business. And then QC has there was just me being because I stayed here for a little bit before I moved to Cebu. Just me going around, I noticed everything is within reach talaga.
Yes.
So I want to be one of those businesses that is within reach with a customer.
And was it difficult to do business here in Manila than nung nandun ka sa Cebu?
I think there's the one difficulty of you have so much more competition in Manila. It is a bigger pool to choose from. And then one of our greatest assets talaga in Cebu is that word of mouth that you would get from, and then that immediate trust from a client.
Yes.
So establishing that in Manila was my first goal talaga. And it took a little longer just because, Manila felt so big. But then when I finally found our niche for our clients, that's when I realized, no, Manila's smaller. Manila's smaller pala.
And when you started Ate by Tata in Katipunan, who were your first customers?
Oh my gosh, our first customers were some from Cebu. that lived in Manila.
So they already know
Yes.
Ate by Tatah.
And they are our blessings talaga. Kasi they would go and they'd say, "Oh, I brought my friends." And then the friends would bring their friends, and then the friends would bring their kids. We were really so happy for like I call it my tita o'clock, like when it was tita time. Kasi they would always bring like someone else. Kasi our aunts or our moms, they don't shop by themselves, diba? They bring their kumare.
Yes. Oo.
Mhm.
And in terms of advertisements, paano ba ang marketing na ginagawa nyo sa Ate by Tatah?
So yeah, it was very word of mouth, and we relied heavily on social media.
Social media.
Yeah, and I think that was what I really brought to the table as well. Like I was the one that was very familiar with social media and social media marketing and digital marketing. Like that became my focus. And then also one other thing I tried to leverage was my hosting, my modeling, and being a beauty queen. So every time there was a pageant, I would wear Ate by Tatah, I would promote Ate by Tatah, I would try to get as many people wearing it to the
Okay.
point where our customer base is essentially like mothers, titas, and then beauty queens, news reporters.
So
mga
parang
ganun.
ano no, you become the brand, di ba?
Yes.
So parang if you have your own business, it's very important na gagamitin mo yun, i-showcase mo para makita ng iba.
Yes, yeah. And so I make it a point talaga if, in my mind, if there's a camera or if I'm gonna be running into people, I'm wearing Ate. But to be fair, all of my wardrobe is Ate naman at this point.
Okay. And in terms of competition, nabanggit mo kanina na syempre this is Metro Manila.
Yes.
Diba? So paano mo na survive yung competition dito sa Manila?
I think it was really staying true to the brand, and from the get-go when my aunt was even talking about it, I really knew in my heart there was something so unique about her business model because it was a customer first. It was very much like what the client wants. It's learning how to adapt to them. So we never bent in our vision. We just changed how we would execute it from time to time. Like, for example, during the pandemic, we still tried to keep it customer first by changing to face masks, PPE suits, ganun. Because we had to make sure that though clothes don't feel like a necessity, we want to be the first thing that people think of when they need a new, dress, item of clothing.
So during pandemic, you're renting the place in Katipunan.
Yes.
And paano to nung pandemic, talagang kinlose mo na lang muna, nag-stop kayo ng rent.
No, we kept going. We
So,
actually
tuloy-tuloy yung
that's
bayad
why
nyo.
we had to downsize kasi we occupied the whole third floor of the building, which was very big. But we had to downsize during the pandemic kasi it's not going to be possible to keep the store open with that rent without making money.
Yes.
And also we didn't want to close because, like I said, everyone there, we really have seen them through so much. So if we closed, we weren't sure how we would be able to take care of our employees. So we kept it running, and they would go on a alternating schedule, following social distancing rules as well.
And napakaganda nung sinabi mo na parang yung business na Ate by Tatah, talagang hindi nyo binitawan because you care for your employees. Diba? So that's very important. When you're doing your business, it's not only about yourself. It's for others as well.
Yeah.
And maganda yun na ginagawa nyo sa Ate by Tatah. And hands-on, everyday ka sa Ate by Tatah.
Yes, every day. Or because now I also do have to deal with having a title, the responsibilities of
Yes.
that. It's also, it's either every day or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or when a client is like requesting me talaga.
So paano pa minamanage yung day-to-day activities mo as a business owner and doing other things?
Oh my gosh, I have such a strict schedule actually. I have it in my phone, it's in my notes app. It's like, kung may ganap ka in the morning, itong gagawin mo. Kung may ganap ka sa afternoon, itong gagawin mo. Kung may ganap ka sa evening, itong gagawin mo.
So everything is
Yeah.
written
Yes.
na ito yung to-do list mo.
Yes. And what the whole point of that to-do list is because I have non-negotiables. I have to go to the shop, I have to go to the gym, I have to develop my skills, and I also have to factor in travel time. So That's why I like to have the list kasi it's hard. Like, it's me outsourcing essentially my thinking.
Yes.
I don't have to think about it. That shouldn't take up space in my brain. It's already planned for me.
So how do you discipline yourself na you will stick to your schedule?
Oh, I wish I can even show you. It's so it's such a funny. It's very strict. It's very listed
And yung
talaga.
discipline mo na yan, talagang,
Opo.
oh my,
Yeah.
ipakita mo nga dito. Ayan, no, punong-puno ang kanyang schedule, di ba? So, yung discipline mo na yan,
Yeah.
talagang, simula estudyante ka pa lang, ganyan ka na.
Yes, very well. Actually, I learned it through school because that's when I realized na if you don't plan it, you could possibly ruin it. You could mess it up. So that's when I started to break everything down into these are my school non-negotiables, these are my work non-negotiables.
Okay. And lahat ba nung nasa schedule mo nasusunod?
Hindi naman palagi. Hindi naman ako not a robot. Yeah,
Okay.
minsan it doesn't. And that's also one thing I really want to enforce in terms of mindset. That's going back to my original statement. Never expect every day to be 100%.
Yes.
And be okay kung 20 ka lang. You know, be okay kung 50. Basta you did something from your set.
Parang you have to keep going, no? Hindi pwedeng, minsan kasi iba, pag nag-set sila ng goal, if they fail to do it, they stop.
Yes.
And nawawala na ng hope.
Yes.
Diba? So, balik ka lang doon sa listahan mo, tuloy mo where you stop. Diba? Ayan, so mamaya po sa pagbabalik ng Idol sa Negosyo, pakinggan natin ang mga advocacies ni Charyzah and ang kanyang upcoming international pageant.
In the advent of technology and information came a different threat: identity theft, other cyber crimes, and fraudulent activities.
If information of individuals, whether personal or sensitive personal information, are not protected properly, this information may be used by cyber criminals to create and commit several activities that will compromise their financial life and reputational life. As regards organizations and companies, if these rights are violated, of course, there will be a threat to the business. Imagine if your system is hacked. If information gathered by the organization is compromised, there will be loss of trust coming from your customers. There is a risk that you will lose those important customers that you have.
ADM and Partners, Data Privacy and Consulting Incorporated, saw this need in 2017. This is also in compliance with RA 10173 or the Data Privacy Act of 2012.
Data privacy, it is the right to be let alone and the freedom from intrusion and any interference. It's important because one, it's a fundamental human right that all organizations must respect, because each individual has the right to control and determine what type of data will be processed from him. And secondly, in case of violation, organizations may face penalties of both imprisonment and fine. And they can also face liability of civil payment as well as damages, and to the extent that they may be banned by the National Privacy Commission from processing, collecting, and using personal data.
With safety and security in mind, ADM and Partners delivers a holistic approach on data privacy compliance. They make sure all bases are covered from end to end.
We started with zero knowledge about data privacy. When we partner with them, they introduced to us all the laws, how to comply with it, and they trained all our employees from the securing our documents, what to give or not to give to people when they ask for it. It is a continuous development for our company, knowing that data privacy is a very new law ADM is always there for us, and they are able to assist us in all our inquiries.
Data privacy is important and necessary in this day and age.
So, part of this, or you...
Thus, ADM also conducts seminars and trainings regularly.
So, just like service contracting.
Most of my exposure to the Data Privacy Act is derived from reading materials pertaining to such. Now, with this training, it helped me broaden and further my knowledge on the sensitiveness of this data privacy law, because it gave me more idea on the types of data that needs to be protected, and in the same manner protect my company from any possible suit, from any violations that I may encounter as I manage my business.
I feel it's deemed important that I'll be certified as a legit business person to handle the sensitive information that we gather from our data subject, because we have a roster of reputable community of associations. To keep the integrity of the member base, we should know the parameters of the privacy of this information they disclose to us.
Led by attorney ARNEL MATEO, ADM and Partners is composed of data protections specialists, data privacy lawyers, IT practitioners, and consultants who are recognized by the industry and several organizations to be outstanding in this field of law.
It is the advocacy of ADM to help both individuals and organizations understand the data privacy rules, and as well as to help them understand that data privacy can be complied with in a simple manner. It doesn't have to be technical. With our help, we can ensure that the organizations are assisted and guided towards being a privacy-compliant organization.
If you want to deal with bigger clients, you need to be compliant with data privacy, and ADM is the best company to help you with that.
The right to be access.
Protect yourselves and your clients. Build a reputable company with proper data protection together with ADM and Partners, Data Privacy and Consulting Incorporated.
Okay, nagbabalik tayo dito sa Idol sa Negosyo kasama si Charyzah Esparrago, ang co-owner ng ATTY Tatah and our Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2025. Okay, so Charyzah, pag-usapan natin yung iyong mga advocacies. And right now, meron kang advocacy on tutoring and mga extracurricular activities for children. So ano ba tong advocacy na to?
So this is my Baby Steps program. It actually started because of my orgs in UP, so 𝐈𝐃𝐿 and Habitat for Humanity. It's part of our social responsibility. And then it just became my passion because I love working with kids. I've always loved working with kids. So we go to neighborhoods, whether they are underprivileged or just need supplemental educational tools. And then we have programs where we teach them about media literacy, hygiene, career development, and also disaster risk preparedness. So it's a curriculum that we have with the kids.
Oh, that's nice.
And also providing them after it, there's food, they have school supplies, books.
Ilang years mo na yan ginagawa?
This has been going on for 5 years now.
5 years. And yung binanggit mo na curriculum, gaano katagal yan? Yung isang curriculum?
One lesson is just 1 day.
Okay.
So bale 4 weeks lang yun ganap.
4 weeks. Ayan. And you do it for free?
Yes.
So parang you have partnership with ano ba to, sa schools, ano?
My partnership was with Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity. So parang they select na yung mga areas, then doon kayo papasok to do tutoring, no?
Yeah.
And ano yung kamusta yung mga bata? Ano yung nagiging output later on?
It's always so fun to see them be self-assured in their goals or what they want to do na in their career. Kasi yung first goal talaga namin ay to get rid of the idea na I need to work para may pagkain, para may pera na kami.
Mhm.
So, kasi this is the main reason why a lot of children will drop out of school before they even go to high school or college because they have that mindset na I'm hungry today. I need to have, money now. So they take jobs that don't require secondary or tertiary education. But so our goal is to basically kind of instill that love for learning into them, but also showing them the possibilities of pursuing higher education. Kasi it's a little bit of extra work to really change your family's life na talaga. And then it also helps now we provide them with resources so they aren't worried about that next meal or having enough school supplies.
Yeah, that's nice, no? Kasi that's very important sa mga estudyante. And parang before, meron akong kakilala, meron akong kaibigan na minsan di na lang siya pumapasok kasi wala siyang pagkain or dahil wala siyang gagamitin na papel pagpasok sa school, no? So maganda yun kasi very important yung mindsetting talaga.
Exactly.
Yan. And other than that, I also read na meron ka ding mga ginagawa ng mga films, no? So ano naman mga films ito?
So this is I would say my biggest passion. I don't know. I feel like I'm passionate in everything. Every time you bring something up, I'm like, this is my dream. But this is really, this is definitely one of them. I've always wanted to go into acting. I did theater this is also a big part of why I even have my advocacy program. It's because I learned my love for fashion, for theater, for drawing because of extracurricular activities. So I did theater from elementary school all the way to high school. I did like comedy, improv, troops, yung mga ganun. And then when I moved here, I told my mom like, oh my God, I want to be in a teleserye so bad. Like I used to watch it growing up. And so now I'm working with students for short films or independent filmmakers for short films as well.
Yes, meron dito parang playing house.
Yes,
So it's a film, no?
yes, it's a short film. Shout out to directly and Robert.
Tungkol saan ba tong playing house?
This is actually, it was submitted for the UP Queer Film Festival. It's basically shining narratives on queer storylines. And this one is about a couple that are looking to adopt. And they're wondering if they're even capable kasi they're not like the heteronormative family. So it's touching on their insecurities, but then you get to see that love is love at the end of the day. And when you have a partner that cares for you, bringing a child into that world of love is a service.
So yung lesson dyan sa film na yan, how do you apply that sa day-to-day activities mo sa Ate by Tatah and sa mga ginagawa mo ngayon?
I think it's really that your environment will really dictate a lot of what you see and what you think. So, for example, like I've said throughout, like, kasi thanks to Ate, I have so many people that are there to mentor me, that care about my growth. So there's no way that I wouldn't grow because that is the environment I'm in. And then for pageantry, modeling, parang I have so many mentors. It's really having so many people that believe in you. Of course, you're gonna try to do your best.
And speaking of pageantry, yan. So, paano ka napasok sa pageantry?
Oh my gosh, ito yung, I was just eating at my lola's restaurant in Cebu. Tapos, as in, galing, like, kaka-ating ko lang from the States. I had blonde dyed hair. I was wearing like cowboy boots. Ganun, sobrang out of place ako doon sa food court. And then someone went up to me and they were like, have you ever done pageantry before? And I was like, no, I haven't. And then they said, would you like to? And kasi parang like, you're talking to a stranger, I wasn't sure. So I said, yes. Tapos the next day, nandun na ako sa beauty camp. They're dyeing my hair black. They're like, okay, you need to learn how to walk in heels. And then they signed me up for a pageant, I think 3 weeks after. That was my first pageant ever.
And parang hindi mahirap for you kasi pag pageant, kadugtong niyan is fashion.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
So parang nagtugma-tugma yung lahat ng gusto mo.
Yes, exactly. And I had so much fun kasi once again, like I said, you're basically a product of your environment. Some part of it, right? And that environment of pageantry, it really allowed me to be that environment of pageantry really allowed me to grow as well in ways that I'd never expected. Public speaking, confidence, carrying oneself, those are things that you don't think about. You don't think na, this is something I have to learn. But that's something that they really like trained into us in pageantry.
And now you're you're a title holder of Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2025. And nagawa mo yan habang ikaw ay nasa ATTY Tatah.
Yes.
So paano ka pa nagkaroon ng time na na pumasok sa Miss Supermodel Worldwide?
Oh, you know, you always find time for the things that you love,
Mhm.
right? And so, what I did is kind of what we've been talking about. Like, I just integrated ate into this new thing. So, yun lahat ng damit ko sa sa mga show, ate by tata. Yun casual wear ko, ate by tata. And then the other bonus, kapag nasistress ako, nagtatahi ako. You know, nandun ako sa shop or nag-ideate ako ng kung anong susuotin ko. So it kind of made me feel even more in control because I know, like going back to what I said earlier, having a skill makes you feel so much more competent and confident in yourself. So knowing that I had that skill of like fashion styling, fashion design, obviously I'm going to feel confident in a space of modeling. You know?
Yeah. And speaking of pageantry, how does pageantry parang empower women?
I think if we were to tie it to today's kind of overarching message of environment and skill building, pageantry is a setting where you will be surrounded by, you know, future doctors, future businesswomen, academics. These are women that want to say something, that have something to say. And you are never going to be lacking in inspiration. You're never going to be lacking in sisterhood, future mentorship. And then also, you have to learn skills to stand out in the pageant setting. So when we would take etiquette classes, I learned things that I applied in the pageant world, also in my business life, in my daily life, how to carry myself. And then an essential skill that I didn't think I would need, how to do my hair and makeup on the go, kahit saan ako. Like, it really taught me how to be handy. And I think pageantry is a reminder that the softness and femininity, that the girly parts of being a woman, those are what make you really powerful. When you tap into it, you embrace it, and you use it to your advantage.
Yes. So parang sa pageantries, nabanggit mo kanina, there's a community.
Yes.
So it's women helping women, di ba? Women empowering women.
Yes.
And parang recently, you were a recipient of a Women Empowerment Award. Yan. In your own ways, how do you empower women?
I create a community. I feel like I am the kind of, I would hope, but I am the kind of person that people come to when they need help. People come to when they need inspiration. And I'm really the type of person that will not say no to something, especially if it's something I'm new to. So for example, my friend, she's so scared to join a dance class, something as simple as that. Sha, can you come with me? Sure. And then like, hindi ako nahihiya kahit nagkakamali ako, or hindi ako natatakot kung hindi ko alam anong ginagawa ko. And that makes her feel like, okay, I'm gonna make some mistakes too kasi okay lang naman si Ate Cha. Ganun. And then also just, for example, even something as simple as if a beauty queen needs a dress, she can come to me, no questions asked. If she needs advice, she can also come to me, no questions asked. So I want to be that, from my hands to my brain to just who I am as a person. I want to be someone that people can come to.
Yeah. No? So parang you empower people by supporting them, by helping them, by being there, no? When needed.
Yes.
Yeah. And itong upcoming pageant mo, yung Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2025, how are you preparing yourself?
Oh my goodness. It's a non-stop training. I'm very strict with my gym schedule. Like I said, that's one of my non-negotiables. I try to maintain a healthy diet, not a strict one, para even during the competition, I don't ever feel like tamlay or anything. And then also working very closely with my mentors. I go to my runway training with Aces and Queens, Q&A training, media etiquette training, lahat na. It's very all-encompassing from Tito Jerry Diaz. And then also going to working with a lot of people, networking, and meeting a lot of designers.
Mm.
That's a big one for me kasi my goal for Miss Supermodel Worldwide. This is an international stage. We have so many talents in the Philippines. I want me to be a platform for them.
Mhm. And ano bang differentiation ng Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines sa other pageants?
Oh, this one, it's because of how, sometimes when you look at pageants, parang there's a lot of focus on Q&A, on personality, and that's also in Miss Supermodel Worldwide, but it's also a focus on our designers, our local talents. It's a very good intersection between the celebration of womanhood that you see in pageantry and the celebration of designers and artists that you see in modeling.
Okay. How about inclusivity? Speaking of inclusivity, what is your view about inclusivity in pageants? Kasi right now, parang ano na, di ba? Halo-halo na ngayon, no? So, pag ganitong pageant, anyone can join na. So, anong view mo dyan?
I think it's a great platform. Like I said, pageants are a celebration of women. And there are so many different stories that are waiting to be heard. There are so many different narratives. At isa pa, it's not just one pageant that's the best pageant of them all. There's so many pageants now for so many different types of women out there. So you really get to see, for example, mothers, transgender women. You get to see them finally grab that mic or showcase themselves and say, this is me, I am a woman, this is my story. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And right now sa times natin ngayon, very important that we acknowledge yung diversity, equity, and inclusivity, no? So hindi natin pwedeng ikulong lang sa isang bagay yung isang pagtingin natin sa pageant na dapat ganito lang 'yan. 'Di ba? Dapat from time to time we open our eyes to innovations, to different things, to embrace different people. Yan. And yung current na title holder is also a Filipina. 'Di ba? So may pressure ba?
Oh yes, for sure. But one thing I always say is that pressure is a privilege. You would not be pressured if you didn't stand for something good and if you didn't want to do something well. So I am really honored to be so stressed. Because that means that I'm very proud of this org and I want to do a good job on that international stage.
That's nice, no? Pressure is a privilege. So parang it's opportunity for you to parang to explore more about yourself, 'di ba? So na you can do more, 'di ba? And saan ba gagawin itong upcoming competition mo?
So the Miss Supermodel Worldwide international pageant is hosted by an Indian organization. However, for the first time ever, Philippines is the host country. So this coming June, you'll be able to watch Miss Supermodel Worldwide in our very own Metro Manila.
Kailan to gagawin?
June 26 ang tentative date.
Okay, so lapit na. So that's 2 months from now.
Yes.
So good luck, ha.
Thank
Good luck, and I'm rooting for you. Yan. Kasi during the competition sa Philippines, I was one of the judges, no? So yes. I was one of the judges, so nakita ko rin yung performance mo doon. And you just happen to be also from Quezon City and also from Quezon City, 'di ba? So we're proud Quezon City nanalo. Ayan. So ngayon, meron ka pa bang free time? Like when you say free time, yung time mo to relax. Kasi right now this is not free time. You're still working, 'di ba? So ano yung free time mo?
That's a really good question, actually, because I do have free time. But I always do try to carve kahit an hour or two out of my day where I'm not sleeping, for example, that it's like dedicated to my friends or my family. Actually, one thing I've been doing this month is I have a book club with my friends. So in my in my free time, I'm like reading right now.
Okay, so lagi mong kompleto
Yeah.
Kompleto yung galaw mo from mental, physical, 'di ba? So parang lahat ginagawa mo.
Yes, I think that's my goal I think that's how you can avoid putting so much stress on yourself. It's by making your hours really count for you talaga. You can see the value in everything you're doing hour by hour.
Yes. Saka parang kahit free time mo, hindi siya yung basta lang nakatambay.
Yes. Mhm.
Yung free time mo, productive ka pa rin for yourself.
Yes.
Di ba? So, syempre, pag sinabi mong book club, na parang you read and you learn new things. Di ba? So, ano pa rin yun? Trabaho pa rin yun.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah, it's your service to yourself. Ganun.
Yes. Yan. And sa Ate by Tatah, ano ba ang aabangan natin sa Ate by Tatah?
Oh, okay. Well, we have a lot of pop-ups coming up in Makati as well as Parañaque. And also, if you are in Cebu, please stop by 16 Prespeño and Robinson's Galleria to get new designs. They're unique kasi Manila and Cebu have different fabrics. And then also, look forward to a lot of new designs, new opportunities to collaborate with your style consultants at any branch.
And yung sa Ate by Tatah Katipunan, it's in third floor ng
Yes.
building na Regis ba?
Yeah, 205, sorry, it's 205 Katipunan Ave, Place 1 Events.
Okay.
Yes.
And ano yung mabibigay mong advice sa ating mga manonood, sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs? Siguro a summary of everything that we've talked about on paano ba sila magiging successful na business owner at the same time enjoy what they love to do.
My biggest advice is trust the uniqueness of your vision and your business model. And also make sure that you are surrounded by mentors and examples of how to execute it, because a dream with a plan is the goal.
Yan. Thank you. Thank you very much, Charyzah. A dream is very important, and without a plan, it's walang pupuntahan yung dreams natin. So we're very happy that you came here and you shared your story, and napakadaming magagandang aral ang natutunan ng ating mga manonood sa iyo. And maraming salamat din sa mga tumutok sa ating programa ngayong hapon. Abangan niyo po sa susunod na Martes si Miss Marjorie Barcelona of The Healthy Lemon. So patuloy tayong makinig, matuto at maging bibo sa mundo ng negosyo. Samahan niyo kami muli sa susunod na Martes para sa mas marami pang kaalaman at inspirasyon sa negosyo. Ingat po tayong lahat at magpatuloy sa pagtupad ng ating mga pangarap. Huwag kalimutang i-follow ang aming official Facebook page para sa karagdagang updates, information at iba't ibang tips sa mundo ng negosyo. Be inspired, achieve business and professional growth, pay it forward. Magandang hapon po. Ito ang Idol sa Negosyo.